ever asked you a direct question,
Yes.
you would never lie to me.
Okay, go ahead.
So the direct question is, did you sleep with the linebacker?
Are you really asking me this?
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're talking about how Maurice dodged Kimmi's question like he was dodging the linebacker. I want to talk about, integrity within relationships. She prefaced the question with, you told me that if I ever ask you a direct question, you give me a direct answer. Now, here's the thing. In relationships, trust is a premium. And when it's broken, just like any premium, if you had insurance, it is very difficult to get that back. It's very difficult to get that back to where it once was. It takes time. It takes vulnerability. It takes pain, going through the pain barrier to do this. So listen, trust is a big, big thing. Truth is honestly an amazing tool when it's used correctly. So I want to make sure, if you guys want to hear more about my thoughts on this scene, I'm going to break it into two parts, so you'll get two short videos on this. So make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, you click on that bell button for notification of the uploads if you're new to this channel. And as well, also, for those of you who are returnees, already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. All right, cool. Let's get into the video. Oh, sorry, someone read my top. If you're reading this, you've been watching man for too long. Anyway, listen. Before we go any further, I want to make sure you guys do this for me as a favor as well. I'm still involved with the competition, and in fact, it's going really well. So we're in round 2, actually. We're now in round 2. So vote for me again on Influence Me TV. There's a link down below in the description box. Send it to a friend, send it to a family member, send it to uncles and aunties. Vote for me to be part of this competition and get more votes. There's free votes as well on both. So use both links and, help a brother out. Okay, help a brother out. We appreciate you. Stay locked and stay loaded. All right, cool. Let's get out of the screen. Let's start talking about the show. So dealing with Kimmi and Maurice. Maurice was asked a very direct question. Let's play a little bit more of the clip and we'll get back in.
If I ever asked you a direct question,
Yes.
you would never lie to me.
Okay, go ahead.
So the direct question is, did you sleep with the linebacker? It's a yes.
Now, before we go any further, she's prefaced using his particular ideology, saying, you'll never lie to me. Okay, all right. Now, what's important is this question is a very direct question. Did you or did you not sleep with the linebacker? There is no need for a story. Whenever somebody goes with a story, I'm going to say it again. If they go with a story to spin it all the time, more than likely they're lying. If I ask you, it's a very politician way of doing things about when I ask you a direct question, you try to fib on a fubble. I've seen this literally up close and personal before, where I've asked a person a very direct question, and instead of answering a direct question, they start going round the mill. And what it actually, what signal it should be sending to you as an individual is, this person's one, lying. This person, number 2, is trying to hide something. Okay, all right. Now, it's a very direct question. It should just be a yes or no. And if then you want to explain after. But say yes or say no. Why do we have to go round the mill? Let's watch a little bit more and we'll talk a bit more.
It's a no thing.
Are you really asking me this?
I feel like.
Now, why is he saying, are you really asking me this? So the question is very simple. Regardless whether you think that she's wrong for asking, whether you feel like she should trust you, whether she's done something similar in the past and you're asking, are you really asking me this? It's a direct question. Answer it. If you got nothing to hide, answer the question. Right? Answer the question. And because you haven't answered it the first time now, whatever you answer after, we're going to have to really consider whether it's the truth or not. Because we might be thinking you may be trying to spin a yarn, right? Now, the integrity of the relationship gets absolutely tested at these moments, because when you start to lie, it means whatever happens in future, I'm going to have to figure out whether I actually believe what you're saying. That's a very tough place to be in any relationship, where you're trying to figure out, do I trust my partner? You do not want to be in this place where you're questioning the integrity of your partner and the integrity of the structure of this relationship. It shouldn't get to this point. Now, of course, there are little white lies that we tell each other. Let's be freaking honest, right? Let's be honest. There's little white lies. This ain't one of them. You sleeping with a linebacker ain't one of them. Bear in mind, obviously, the linebacker situation, they were not married. And I want to deal with that in the second part of the video, because it doesn't matter if you're married or not. Kimmi, it does not matter if you are married or not. You were buying a house and staying together. Don't try and spin it differently. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Don't try to spin it differently.
I want to be as direct as possible.
Think about, let's...
I don't need the extra. The extra is what gets you in trouble.
This is not about the
Listen to
extra.
what I'm saying. Yes, it is.
Now you notice how she's clocked early on how he's trying to. This is what I'm. No. The extras are too much. I want a direct answer, and rightly so. She nailed him on the cross with that, and that's what you got to do. You just repeat the question again. I'm gonna ask for another direct question. I'm just gonna ask again. Is a yes or no? When it starts spinning, say I'm gonna say it again. I don't care about the explanation right now. Yes or no. Right. And as a woman, it's very important that you follow this aspect as well, because what will happen is it will help you avoid people that are unaccountable and men that like to spin stories. Let me tell you something. Look, you asked me, did I sleep with that girl? I'm like, yes or no. Yes, I did sleep with that girl. Right. Now there's a story behind it. Unfortunately, what happened was this or that. But why can't listen, any man or woman who can't give you a straightforward answer when it's a straightforward question, oftentimes it's being political. There's something else hidden, and they don't want you to know the full truth. We don't want you to be in that space. Do you know what I'm saying? So when someone does that, don't engage them in the long-windedness. As Kimmi has done, cut through it and say, hey, I asked you a direct question. I'm going to get it back on it again. Let's go for it.
This is not about the extra.
No.
Okay.
No. It's a yes or no thing. I don't need Robin Hood's barn. I need a yes or no, and that's it.
Now, would your defenses not be up if I say to you a yes or no question, and on the third occasion, you still haven't answered the question? Would my defenses be up? Absolutely. Would I trust you after that? No. I'm not trusting you after that because I asked you a direct question. If I have to go round the mill 1, 2, 3 times, I'm not going to trust anything you say after that. Right? Unless I know it to be true that what you said is now correct. But in that moment, more than likely what's been happening is you've damaged the relationship oftentimes. You've caused some cracks to appear in terms of integrity, trust, loyalty, right? Okay.
I haven't ever. No, didn't do it. Made up story.
I don't need the thing.
Okay, so he says he's never done it, made up story, etc., etc. But you should just answer the question in the first place. It's a simple question. You know the rumors flying about. So I'm asking you the question. Did it ever happen? Right? Because in him not answering the question first time round, it could have been him buying time. It could have been him trying to buy some time because he doesn't want to get caught out and wants to think about what answer he's going to give. It could have been that. Do you see the problem with why not answering a question straight away becomes a problem? And so now you put the person on the back foot in terms of trying to believe you. And I always say this as well. You don't want to have to put me in a position where I have to try and believe you. We're in a dangerous position then. Let's try to avoid such situations. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about this is that I don't need any of that.
I want you to think about the story. As you can ask people that know me.
And okay, I want you to think about the story. What's there to think about? You see, I try to intentionally avoid this because I think it's one of those questions. It's one of those tactics people use. Oh, you know me. I wouldn't do that. That's not a strong enough argument. Ask about me. That's not a strong enough argument, right? I was never there. Okay, just keep it simple. I was never there. I was X, Y, and Z. This is where I was, and I never got involved. Right? Just answer like that. Keep it straight. As a man, we try to spin these little stories because oftentimes when you're spinning it, it's often a lie. It's like you're trying to get the person to believe you. It's like, oh, I now feel hurt that you don't believe me. I now feel hurt that you didn't choose my side. Well, Nick, sir, the situation was that these rumors were a lot coming from a specific place, and I'm asking you a specific question, and suddenly you're flipping it now onto me instead of answering the question. Again, you could have said, listen, it's a no. And I'm a little bit hurt by the fact you didn't believe me. All right, cool. But you go around the mill and then trying to drop bars on after, like, ask about it. Well, does it make sense of story? It does. That's why I'm asking you.
I wouldn't have dated a linebacker.
That's Robin Hood's barn.
No,
and nobody gives.
I would have never dated a linebacker. Again, what's that? What's that? What's that? Listen, I date black women only. But if someone says, "Did you sleep with a white girl?" My answer will not be, well, I don't like white girls. I'm like, no, I did not sleep with her. And the fact she's lying about it is really a problematic thing. I might get to the end and say, but I don't date white girls. That might be my end goal. But my first thing is, no, I did not sleep with her. Because my first and foremost is, what is the truth? You ask me a direct question, I'm going to answer it. And so what people try to do is they now try to and what's going to happen is he's going to try and convince her now to feel bad about questioning him. And this will not be questioned, and then she won't question it again. I'm sure she probably will. Kimmi's quite strong. But, you don't want to be, it can become very manipulative very, very quickly. And that it means in future situations where I'm asking for your honest truth about a question, you're going to try and flip it about, are you really questioning me right now? Are you really doing that to me? It's manipulative. Answer the question. You can say you're hurt after. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, this is
nobody cares about that, Maurice.
I understand. I'm asking for you. I'm not talking about them.
I don't care.
Ah, man. It's a lot. I know he said that ultimately he cares what she thinks, and that's one of those answers that I hear people say. When it's like, I don't care what anyone else says. I only care about what you think. Okay, I hear you. That's true. Yeah, there's a big truth to that. But of course, if everybody's saying the same thing, is there smoke? Is there no fire without smoke? Is there no smoke without fire? I'm not saying that it's always the case. I'm just saying, in a situation, is there no smoke without fire? And this situation where there were so many rumors online, and obviously you were not there apparently, and then the pictures show up where you are there, whether Marcel tried to frame you or not. This common deflection is something that is done when people don't want to take responsibility or accountability for what things they've actually done. And I'm scared that if this is what you're doing for the simple question of, did you sleep with a linebacker? What else do you do it for in a relationship when you have to take accountability or responsibility? Do you know how to do that? If you don't, this is going to be a very long situation for Kimmi. If he doesn't find a way to be able to tell the truth, they're gonna struggle in future.
Boys, you condoning the situation.
This is the thing. That situation I didn't condone. And ultimately, I don't care what nobody else thinks.
Doesn't care what anyone else thinks. Interesting. But you did care that Marceau didn't think what anyone else thinks either, but it affected his family. These rumors affect your family, sir. And even Kimmi said it earlier on. Do you not even care about how it affects your wife? Do you know? I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let us know your thoughts down below. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys.